Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham, Tottenham. You really know how to put us fans through it. Honestly. Wow. I'll be honest, I didn't see that coming. I've seen probably 90 minutes in terms of what we've seen up into that. A team that have been able to nick a goal and just put 11 men behind the ball and just play, the football that just sucks the life out of Spurs and makes it really, really difficult. But what I would say is we just kept going, and I think ultimately that has to be one of the biggest positives out of the whole situation. Obviously, I was worried in terms of when Ange and Madison got manager and player of the month, because that's usually a curse, but ultimately wasn't this time. And yeah, as I say, for 90 minutes, I was just sitting there thinking, oh, here we go. We've seen this year after year after year where we've dominated the game. Goalkeepers had a worldie. I remember, the Tim Krul worldie he had, and we've seen others that have done it. And West Foderingham seemed to be doing the same for Sheffield United. But I think what we've got to really be remembering about the whole situation is the fact that, the rule change is there for a reason, in the sense that if teams are going to drag their heels, roll around 400 times, the goalkeeper's going to take longer for goal kicks, they're going to get punished. And I think that's the one thing that I think ultimately helped Spurs in the end, because they just knew if they could keep themselves in the game, and even when they're 1-0 down, I think, as we saw, the heads didn't drop. I think the fans' heads dropped, mine included. I sat there and thought, well, that's it. We've lost the game. That's the end of that. But you could see there was just this, relentlessness. And ultimately, when we look at what we could bring off the bench, particularly up front, I think that was really nice to see. Particularly, I think Richarlison, got to talk about him, because that was a beautiful moment, with everything that's going on, to get that goal. I think that would have meant the world to him. We saw Brennan Johnson come on for his debut. I think we're going to see more and more of him, probably over Solomon, and occasionally maybe Kulusevski. But again, we know that what he can offer, as we've seen before. So, credit to him for his goal. And I think also credit to Spurs overall, because that could have gone really, really wrong. We've seen these games go horribly wrong. I remember the Brentford game last year, where it was just an absolute nightmare, and no matter what Tottenham did, it just wasn't going to go well, and Brentford just picked us off, and it looked like that's what Sheffield United were going to do, but we kept going, and we needed the 3 points. The next few games are going to be really, really tough, so we need to have these points on the board. So big up the players. I think well done for what Ange is trying to instill into these players. And let's just see, what the next few games hold. I think if we can get some good points on the board from that, who knows? This season could just go from mediocre to something really, really special. So big up Ange, big up the players, and come on, you Spurs.